Walk into a Rolex dealer with cash in hand for their most famous watch, and they'll tell you it's sold out, come back in a year, maybe two. But Rolex makes over 1 million watches a year. So how is the biggest watchmaker on Earth always out of stock? By the end of this, you'll understand why you can't just walk in and buy a Rolex. And stay to the end, because the answer isn't that they can't make enough. It's that being sold out is the whole point. The waitlist isn't a problem, it's the product. Here's the strange part. Rolex isn't some tiny workshop making a handful of watches by hand. It produces well over 1 million timepieces every year, and it's the single biggest name in luxury watches on the planet. There are Rolexes everywhere. And yet, walk into a dealer for a steel Submariner or a Daytona, and there's nothing to buy. Just a waitlist, sometimes years long. A company drowning in watches that somehow never has the one you want. That contradiction is the whole trick, and it's not an accident of supply. Rolex tightly controls how its watches reach you. You can only buy from official authorized dealers, and Rolex controls what those dealers get. It manages the flow of watches into the market with enormous precision. And the effect is deliberate. In its own terms, the waitlists help maintain an exclusive image and keep pricing power high. Translation: keeping the watches hard to get is what keeps them precious. Availability would be the enemy. So the shortage isn't a factory struggling to keep up. It's a carefully managed gap between how many people want the watch and how many can actually get one. And that gap is doing something very valuable. Think about what the waitlist actually creates. If anyone could stroll in and buy a Daytona off the shelf, it would just be a nice, expensive watch. The moment it's hard to get, years of waiting, dealers you have to court, it becomes something else entirely. A trophy, a sign you're on the inside. That difficulty is the product. People don't just want the watch, they want to be someone who managed to get the watch. The wait, the exclusivity, the hunt, that's a huge part of what the price is really buying. Steel and gears cost a fraction of the sticker. And if this sounds familiar, it should. It's the exact same move as diamonds. Take something you can actually make plenty of and make it feel rare on purpose. So here's the reframe. Sold out isn't Rolex failing to meet demand. Sold out is Rolex succeeding because the unavailability is the luxury. A watch you can buy instantly can't be exclusive, so the scarcity has to exist for the status to exist. You think you're waiting for the product. You're not. The waiting is the product. The years on a list, the dealer relationship, the thrill of finally being offered one, that's the experience you're paying a premium for, just as much as the watch itself. Rolex isn't selling you a timepiece. It's selling you the feeling of having won a scarce, coveted thing. A feeling it manufactures by keeping the shelf empty. It's the diamond trick on your wrist. Something the company can make by the million, dressed up as something almost impossible to get. Because hard to get is exactly what you're willing to pay for. Now, to be fair and to be accurate, the demand for Rolex is genuinely, massively real, and a lot of the shortage is too. The brand honestly can't flood the market without cheapening the very thing people love, and real craftsmanship does limit how fast you make a fine watch. Whether Rolex deliberately holds supply below what it could make, or simply refuses to erase a real supply-demand gap, is genuinely debated. The truth is probably a bit of both. And a Rolex is a genuinely superb, durable instrument that holds its value. You're not buying nothing. The honest point isn't that Rolex is a scam. It's that, exactly like diamonds, controlled scarcity turns a well-made object into a status symbol, and the wait is a feature, not a bug. So, Rolex is always sold out not because it can't make enough, it makes over 1 million a year, but because scarcity is the point. By controlling the flow and letting the waitlists grow, it keeps its watches feeling rare, and rarity is what you're really paying for. The waitlist isn't the obstacle between you and the product. The waitlist is the product. The next time something is sold out just enough to make you want it more, ask who benefits from the empty shelf. Send this to whoever's on a watch waitlist right now. And subscribe, because next, why does limited time only get you every single time? There's a glitch in your brain that turns a ticking clock into a wide-open wallet.